Hello folks, wanted to give a quick overview of the Xperia Z3 running Android Lollipop. This is the official release from Sony. It's not out over the air for the UK handset yet. I've flashed the generic Baltic version, which is more or less 99% or 100% even of what you're going to get in the UK, I suppose. There is one bug so far which I and others have noticed on the 3 network where tethering doesn't work. All the options are there and tethered devices will connect, but they won't get an internet connection. And it seems to be only limited to the 3 network. I've put in a EE network SIM on this and tried tethering. That works just fine. So I think we're going to have to wait till 3 get their hands on Lollipop and test it and release their own branded version, or make tweaks to their network to support Lollipop, I guess. Even people with tethering or without tethering on their accounts have seen the same issue, so it seems to be a generic issue on 3 with tethering on Lollipop. So if you do use if you do use 3's tethering features quite a lot, whether it's in your car or on your tablet or laptop or whatever, you might want to hold off flashing an early version, well, not an early version, but flashing a different regions version of Android on your Z3 and Z3 or Z3 Compact. What I've noticed on this version of Sony's version of Lollipop is this. Let's start with the lock screen. You do get the lock screen background changing to the album art of the music being played. I use Gone Mad Music Play, but you get the same in Power Amp as well. You can pull down to expand your notifications, which is pretty cool. You can swipe them away, you can close them up again, you can do your usual music controls. You can pull down the notification bar, but you don't get access to all of them. Anything that would maybe compromise security or personal data is not there, so you can connect to Wi-Fi, change brightness and so on, which is all good. Flashlight is there as well. You can't get into settings because you're going to have to unlock it, but for the purpose of this we'll just go into the settings to have a quick look. Everything seems to be Google orientated. Sony have done a good job of not changing too much from Nexus devices or stock Android Lollipop, which is welcome to see. I know some people have complained saying they wished Sony had gone their own route and did something different, but I'm quite thankful they didn't. I know LG and Samsung have done their own thing, but I quite like this aesthetic and it works for me. And you do get the theme engine as well, so you can customize it with Sony's recently released theme builder, so those of you with more creative skills can certainly play around. I'm using Nova Launcher. I quite like that. Everyone uses their own kind of launcher and customization, so that's all a personal preference kind of thing, I guess. Performance-wise, it's been really smooth. I've used Nexus 5 before running Lollipop, and I've used other devices running Lollipop as well. It's certainly as smooth as the Nexus. It's way smoother than the LG G3 running Lollipop, for example. And Galaxy S5 running Lollipop, they're quite evenly matched. I'd say the Z3 probably edges it a bit more. It's more refined, it just feels more natural. The main difference is in some of the core apps, like the dial has been given the material facelift. It's still inline search, and the call screen itself has changed slightly, so you get this just minimize that volume a bit. You do get this kind of blank space here, which should have really been used for the contact display, not down there. Or alternatively, I would have liked to have a doodle area. So I know I've been on the phone call a lot of times with people where they've given me some details or numbers to jot down. I've not had a pen to hand, so it might have been nice to sort of use this area as a doodle pad, which then saves as an image, or you can export it or whatever. Maybe that's something some modders or XDA peeps can do. I'm not too sure. We'll have to see. You get the same feedback on the buttons like you do on the stock Lollipop, which is pretty cool. So that's that. Google Maps has had a performance boost. Maps render faster than they used to. You can zoom in all the way, zoom out, scroll around, and it's just really fast. I mean, it's so fast the tiles don't have time to load, whereas before there used to be a few stutters here and there when you scroll about and zoom in and use navigation button and so on, but not anymore, which is pretty cool. Performance wise, it's been really smooth. That hasn't affected battery life though. I'm still getting similar performance out of full charge that I used to get before on 4.4. Where I work, mobile reception is quite weak, so the radio is having to work harder, as you can see by the yellow bars down there. So that affects my battery considerably during the day. On weekends I can easily get 2 days, but during the weekday I'm going to get maximum a day and a half, normally about a day. So, but that's just based on my usage. Everyone's usage will vary and battery life will vary as well. Some of the Sony apps have had a revamp. I've shown you the dial pad already. Messenger has had a material sort of revamp itself. It's not as nice as Google's messaging app. I prefer that one. Calendar from Sony has had a revamp as well. It's given again the material facelift, but again it's not as nice as other material calendar apps and other apps. Today Calendar just sort of looks nicer, it's more pleasing to use, and the user experience is greater. So, but that's just me. What's New has replaced the Update Center, so we have a combination of What's New and Update Center in just the one app now. So all your Sony app updates will go via here. A few people have mentioned that they've noticed the Update Center has gone missing from the launcher. That's by design, so everything is within here now, and the app itself has received an update. You get this cool kind of background movement animation, which is pretty funky. Update Center is still there though, but you have to get to it like you do on other Android devices through software updates in the About screen. I quite miss not being able to long press on toggles to get to that section of the... Oh. Okay, that's a bit strange. That hasn't done that before. See, it's not doing it now. Somehow I managed to get that to work. Yeah, I can't get it to work now. Yeah, okay, consistency. I wish consistency was there to long press them, but hey ho, you've got to go through settings, I guess, which is a bit annoying, especially when you want to pair a new Bluetooth device or unpair a device or disconnect or whatever. You've got to go in there and change it the long way instead. Not the end of the world. It doesn't distract from the user experience, I suppose, and it's nice to see those animations. But that's Lollipop Android 5.0.2 on the Z3. I'm quite looking forward to seeing what the UK version does to my tethering bug. Thanks for watching.